Oh my god, let's try something.
See what happened on TV
Oh
last
yeah,
night?
I always watch.
Oh my god.
It's so fun. It was so
Yeah,
good.
I watched that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh my god. Grease Night
Amazing.
was a success.
Phenomenal.
It was so good.
Perfect.
I almost have no words.
I know. I cried almost every single dance. Every single dance, like the choreography was just so amazing. Everybody brought it. Everybody was like,
They
in there.
understood the assignment.
They understood the assignment.
Like
I wish every episode was like that.
Like I felt like they really got the nuance of Grease and the personality of Grease. And I mean, it obviously helped that they had the legit Broadway set.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was so cool. I mean, the disco ball, Grease Lightning car. Oh my God. I mean, the attention to detail was incredible.
Immaculate.
I mean, finally, they fucking got something
right.
I don't want to say finally because I love Dancing with the Stars, whether it could be the shittiest show in the world and we're still going to support it because we just love it so much. But oh my God, like, this was one of the best, like, overall episodes I have ever seen.
Yes, yeah, because every single person brought it. They understood the assignment. And the choreography was great. The costumes were great. Mm-hmm. The music obviously was great. It was just fucking great.
It was just really fucking good. I mean, I guess this will be probably a little quick episode because I have almost no critiques.
Yeah, my notes are very short. Because I was just... For a lot of the dances, I was just staring at the TV in awe, and I cried, and
I felt excitement, and I felt joy, and
I felt so many things, and they were all like positive, good things. So
yeah.
I was really excited. So I guess let's start with our review.
Well, first we have to give a huge shout out to Catherine Burns. I guess she's the new choreographer, group choreographer. I don't know what happened to Mandy Moore. I guess we'll have to look into that.
Yeah.
You know, maybe she just didn't get contracted. Maybe she's doing something else.
Right.
Maybe she's, scared of COVID. Like, I don't know what her issues are.
Right.
But Mandy Moore has been the choreographer for a very, very long time on Dancing with the Stars. And last season and this season, ever since Tyra started, she has not been the choreographer. But to be fair, last season was the first season of like COVID. With Tyra Banks. And they didn't do those fun opening group dances because of COVID. And this was the first opening group dance they've done. And it
was so good.
Oh my God.
I just can't wait to rewatch all these dances again. And that opening number dance. It was so fucking good.
So
when
good.
Len and Carrie Ann and Derek and Bruno came out, like almost that cartoon version of themselves, I was dead.
Oh
it was such a perfect ode to Grease. It was
magical.
Just amazing.
It was amazing. And the dancing was good. It was just so nuanced and so... It was still ballroom and it was still modern, but it still had all of these like secret nods to Grease. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the things that I loved about every single dance too, is the choreographers, the pros, did such a great job of just adding in a little nod to the original choreography. Or
well, that's what we were saying, is that it almost looked like we were watching, like, Grease the ballet or something.
The ballroom.
Yeah, the ballroom.
Ballet.
Yeah. Like, it was
I don't want to say ballet because it wasn't ballet music, but a ballet in the sense of you're dancing through the entire show.
Right.
Which they've done stuff with that before. Mm-hmm. They've done the, now, of course, I can't think of a single thing, but they've done, like, a ballet of, like, I'm pretty sure they've done, like, a Pirates of the Caribbean ballet, or they've done, like, a Lord of the Rings ballet, or they've done...
Where they do all the music?
I don't know if it's all the music, but, like, they've done stuff like that, or I've seen people do stuff like that, where it's, like... Or even the Nutcracker, even though the Nutcracker started off as a ballet, and they've adapted it into books and stuff like that.
Right.
But it's continuous dance, and like I'm sitting over here like I would pay good money to see Grease the ballroom ballet,
right?
Where it's just ballroom dance from beginning to end, and there's like a Sandy and a Danny and a Frenchie, and but instead of them singing and them like doing the acting parts, it's just like going through the songs, but it's all dance.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. Maybe that's like a little niche thing, but I like it. And to be honest, I will say, I could get behind Tyra's outfit.
Yeah, I could. Like, yeah, we'll throw her one freaking bone.
We'll throw her a bone. Especially because, you know, she was part of the, like, beginning choreography. Mm-hmm. She was standing by the car, like, pretending to be a cheerleader. Whatever. She tried. So yeah. I'll give her that.
Yeah. She only had the one costume change and
which was a little snarky.
Which was a little snarky because it was when Mel C was going, and she's like, She's like, well, Mel C is going to be, you know, Bad Sandy, so, like, I have to do a costume change. And then she came out with the Bad Sandy costume change, and it felt to me like, oh, I'm one-upping Mel C because I'm going to try to look better than her. Like, yeah. I don't know. That's just because I don't like Tyra so much that's my automatic thought towards her. Uh-huh. But it just seemed like there was 2 dances left. Why did you have to change your outfit? You looked...
Well, yeah, she was in her cheerleading outfit for so long. I was like, maybe today's the day that we're not going to get an outfit change.
And we accepted her outfit, and she looked, like, fine.
And she looked fine. Like, I'm okay with them dressing up in costume for themed nights.
Right.
But I just wish, like, if she was going to dress up as Bad Sandy, I wish she would have dressed up as, like, a pink lady or something beforehand, so it was more, like, off and on. If she was going to be a cheerleader, she should have just stayed a cheerleader the entire time. But whatever, I digress. That's, like... barely anything I can get mad about because it's not about Tyra's outfits, and we're not going to make it about Tyra's outfits.
Yeah, no, I know. It's just like we do talk about her outfits, so I just wanted to like throw that in there.
For sure. It did feel just like a little snarky, like, well, Mel C's changing into it, so now I have to change into it.
Right.
And then there was 3 people wearing Bad Sandy costumes, and I'm just like, why did you have to choose a Bad Sandy costume?
Yeah.
She could have been one of the angels from, like, Beauty School Dropout, or... Mm-hmm. There's a bunch of things she could have been. Or she could have just dressed in a nice fucking dress. That's never happened before, and just called it a goddamn
Or like
day.
a 50s dress.
Or like a 50s, like a little
that
poodle skirt really or something.
Cute.
That would have been cute.
Yeah, called it a goddamn day.
Oh, goddamn. Well, whatever. So the people who went first were Olivia and Val. They did a foxtrot to Summer Night. I mean, Talena and I, we were like
we cried.
We were like crying. It was so beautiful. It was fun. It was in character without being cheesy.
Right.
The little, like, I understood the story. And that's what I mean by, like, the ballroom ballet is it was danced completely all the way throughout. But there was these little, like, character moments where, like, I really felt that they really embodied the characters and I could follow the story. If I had never known Grease before, like, everybody knows Grease. But if I didn't know Grease, I would have
watched it for the first time, and now it's her favorite movie, Stevie.
I know. God, she's so fucking stupid. Oh my God. I cannot stand her. She did a couple of things last night, actually, that I was like, I had to do a double take. I was like, what?
Yeah.
That was one of them.
Yeah.
She said she had never seen Grease before until Saturday. And then who said it was their favorite movie? I have it written down. We'll get to it.
It was Olivia, I think.
No, it wasn't Olivia. Was it Olivia?
Yeah, because she was like, that's a crime. And she was like, that's a crime that you've never seen it. And she's like, well, now it's my favorite movie too.
I'm like, okay, crazy. But I mean, the choreography was great. Her personality was Sandy. She got straight 9s.
Yeah.
But I will say that after Melora getting a 10 last week, and then seeing how good the dances were this week, the 10 last week just seemed so, I don't want to say unjust, because Melora's dance was good last week, but they scored too high too soon. And sometimes they do this, and then it felt like Derek was trying not to score high. I mean, they scored high all night. Like, everybody got pretty high scores.
And everybody was pretty on the same page of what they were scoring.
Exactly. But then it felt like Derek was a little scared to score high. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. I mean, I do feel like if Melora's dance last week was a 10, then this dance was definitely deserving of 10s. Mm-hmm. But straight 9s are really good. But she was in the bottom.
Yeah.
So
surprisingly, I was not expecting that.
You know, I wasn't expecting it either. I knew that she probably didn't have that big of a fan base, but Val has a big fan base, and she's actually pretty good.
Yeah, she's really good.
And I want to see her stay.
She's one of the dark horses. Like, she's somebody that
and she's never danced.
Has never had dance, and she's just naturally talented.
Mm-hmm. So, I guess we'll see what happens with that, but you know, we'll get to the voting at the end. Next was Melory and Artem. They did a Viennese Waltz to Look at Me, I'm Sandra D. Once again, it was fucking amazing. It felt like I was like floating, like, and that's what I love because
it was so smooth. I felt like their feet were just gliding on the ground, like there was no hard steps. It was just a solid movement.
It was
all the way around,
Waltz.
and it was perfect, and it was amazing, and it was so beautiful, and it was so fun to watch.
Oh my god,
it was so fun to watch.
Yeah, I just loved the Rizzo note. And the disco car. I just love the disco car. It's so cool. Good. I love that they're incorporating, like, you know, during Mickey Week, they do the Mickey Head disco ball, and I just think it's so fun. It's
I love
just,
that stuff.
because it's, I don't know, to me, when I think disco ball, I think of Dancing with the Stars, and vice versa. Once again, they got straight 9s. You could tell that Melory was a little upset.
Yeah.
But
it's so hard coming off of that first 10 is like, am I going to continue? Now I have to try to continue to get these 10s. And then if I don't, like, I feel like I took a step backwards. And it's kind of a blessing, but a curse at the same time.
I know. But, I mean, straight 9s are still really good. She's never been in the bottom before. I think she has a solid fan base. And she deserves it. She's a good dancer. And I liked the choreography.
Right.
So, and Artem, I pretty much always, I forget that I like Artem's choreography. And then I see his choreography and I'm like, oh, yeah, I do like it.
Yeah.
So I always forget that for some. Artem always sort of falls into the background for me for some reason.
Yeah, because, like, we've never really delved into him as a person.
Exactly.
Like, we're invested in Sharna's life. We're invested in, you know, Sasha's life.
And Alan's life. And Jenna's life.
Yeah, like, we
follow them on Instagram. I guess I follow Artem, but...
I guess I do, too, but, like, I don't feel like he... is very like tech savvy and exactly. So I kind of almost forget about him in a sense, even though he does have great choreography. Iman and Daniela were next. They did Viennese Waltz.
I will say this was probably my least favorite dance that he's done. I think it is a little bit harder for him to do the like smooth, elegant ballroom dances.
I thought he rocked it.
But
I mean, his technique is not there, but he has this. It's so weird because usually people can get the technique, but they can't get the finesse, and the finesse is just kind of innately in you. But he innately has that finesse, but then he has 2 left feet.
Exactly.
And I don't feel like his technique, no matter how much he tries, I just feel like, you know, like beautiful movement like that, I feel like is something that's just kind of innately in you. I don't know how to describe it. And he has the finesse, but I just don't think his technique is ever going to get there. So it's such a weird, like, it's so weird, but that's one of the reasons why I love watching him is because he gives it his all.
Oh, yeah.
Every single time.
I really thought there was a lot of really cool, fun dance moves in there.
Yeah.
They looked really cute together. I mean, the height, it really does suck when they're in contact, when they're in, like, hold. He does have a tendency to, like, bend his knees really low instead of just... And I think
it was Len or somebody or Derek.
It's like, Daniela will come to you. You do not have to bend down because even if Daniela's hands are up here like this, like holding onto your shoulders, it's gonna look better than you bending down at the knees like this.
But I think, yes, that is true and that is correct, but think about how hard that must be. You want to look at the person. You want to like,
no,
you know what I mean?
Like
that's something that's a discipline you really have to practice, and it's going to be really hard for him to break.
Yeah.
And he has to think about all this other technique. But I mean, damn it, I love watching him dance, man.
Oh, I do
like
too.
He was just like he wasn't stiff. Like he just.
Well, his hands are a little.
No, you saw him. He was like
trying.
His elbows
doing
move.
The promenades.
His elbows move. No, it's just for some reason it's just.
He has something about him.
But he has his
technique.
A heart of gold.
When it comes, I don't want to say the worst dancer, but technically, he is the weakest link out of everybody. He's the worst dancer out of everybody. Mm-hmm. But there's other people that I would like to see go home. Before him,
because I enjoy watching him dance.
Cody is my only one left standing in my fantasy league, and I would rather Cody go home than Iman go home.
Right.
And technically, Cody's a better dancer, but for some reason, and we'll get to that, Cody's just not doing it for me.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's just a disservice because they were out and we just haven't seen him grow, or I haven't really seen a different side from him besides that, like, I am Cody. I am quirky. Woo! Bicycle. Woo! Like, I don't really haven't seen something different from him. So I don't really know, but we'll get to his dance.
Yeah.
All the dances were good, no matter. But
they were so good.
They were so good. And it's just like having... My only complaint about Iman and Daniela's dance, and this has nothing to do with Iman, is that the first, like, 20 seconds was Daniela doing her little thing, which I get because the song is Daniela, Sandy's character, singing, and then, you know, she's like dreaming about Danny or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I don't want to watch Daniela. I want to watch Iman. And Iman just sort of came out of the shadows, which was fine.
I just don't feel like there was any other way to, like...
No, and I agree. There was no other... I agree.
Yeah.
And so it's nobody's fault, but that's my only thing that sucked about it, is it wouldn't make sense if it started off with Iman, unless Iman was like... Unless it was a gender, you know... twist, and like Iman was playing Sandy, which would have been weird. But like weird. That was my only thing. Is like, but once again, like you said, there was no way to go around it. Yeah. So you know, it was what it was. They got straight 7s. I mean, I felt like that was deserving. Yeah. Because right now they have to start focusing on the technique. They just have to
on the whole package, not just the technique, the whole package and. He checks a few boxes, but not all the boxes.
Miz and Whitney
they did a jive. Grease Lightning. He fell out of the last dance. Damn it.
He did. He like hit it and then sort of like stumbled but then hit it. But he was a little fast. But I do chalk it up to him being just really excited. I mean, I was excited. I was like, Grease Lightning, go! Grease Lightning. I was
too, jiving. Well, and that's the thing with the jive is I feel like the jive is so easy to rush because it's so fast and your heartbeat's going and there's a lot of energy and it's all out there. And like,
especially to Grease Lightning.
And especially for somebody like Miz who is already kind of hyper to begin with. Yeah. So that was my only problem with the dance is that he rushed it and he kind of fell out of some stances. But at the end of the day... I fucking love the dance. It was so fun to watch.
There were so many nods to the original Grease Lightning choreography. He got straight 8s. He's going to be in the competition. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he was like way, way up there, top 3, top 4, just because not only does he have a big fan base, but he just seems so personable. Mm-hmm. He's a good dancer for somebody who's never danced before. Yeah. You can tell he's working hard. He has a good stage presence. Yep. I mean, what more can you ask for? This is why, at least I, and I know you, love watching Dancing with the Stars because, you know, you take these people who don't have any dance experience, but they do have that, like, flair, and you just see them blossom. And we're really seeing that with The Miz.
Right, and that's, like, you know, just to go, like, for JoJo. Like, JoJo's, like, fun to watch. Like, we know she's going to be good, but... The people that have my heart are the people that grow during the show.
Exactly.
And I feel like The Miz is growing, and so I really appreciate that. Amanda and Alan went next. They did a Viennese Waltz to Beauty School Dropout. I called it, like, when they were dancing, I was like, Stevie, this is going to be, they're going to get 10s. Yeah. I was like, they're going to get 10s. I was crying. It was so beautiful. They had the singer. Like,
Frankie Avalon.
It was literally, I'm going to cry right now. Like, the dance was so freaking good. It was the first time that I felt like, for me, because in the past I've kind of talked about Alan and, like, Amanda for some reason. Like, everything works, but there was, like, no connection. Like, I needed more of a connection, and, like, their height difference was kind of, for some reason, like, was bothering me. And this night I felt like they fit perfectly. It didn't look like their heights were off, and I just thought they did a beautiful fucking job, and I cried, and lo and behold, they got 3 10s and a 9.
Yeah. My thing, I was scared about Beauty School Dropout, because I will say that's my least favorite song in Grease. Correct. And I mean, listen, I've seen Grease a dozen times. I've seen it on Broadway. I've seen it on Off-Broadway. I've seen school productions. I've directed it. I know Grease, you know, and Beauty School Dropout has always been like...
Just fallen flat for you.
Fallen flat for me, you know? And can't say that anymore.
Yeah.
Because this was a really good fucking dance.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really amazing. It
was beautiful.
But we have to... I don't know what Derek's talking about. Derek gave a 9. He was the only one who gave you 9. Everybody else gave 10s. And Derek was like, there's just something missing. Like, something's still missing from you. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're beautiful. You can act while you dance. You're a good performer. You're an amazing dancer. Your legs are just fucking
Oh my God, when she grabbed her fucking foot and put it up and then he was spinning her, I was fucking dead. I was deceased. That right there, I was like, God damn it, that is a 10. It was so good.
It was so fucking good. But we have to talk about, this is another thing Tyra fucking said, is she was like, that was Frankie Avalon up there. No lip syncing. He didn't lip sync at all. That was him. He was singing live. And she like went on a whole spiel about he was singing live, and I was like, we know.
Like, we get it.
We know he's singing live, but now that you mentioned about lip syncing, now I'm second guessing that maybe he was lip syncing, and you want everybody to think it was live, but it really was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, totally. It was just like, it's just like such a weird, she was like, and he wasn't lip syncing. He was singing live. And I'm
no
like,
lip syncing up here.
And we're like, okay, like you said he was doing a live performance, so why wouldn't we trust that he's doing a live performance?
It was just weird. Like when she went into a role like that, it made me feel like they were lying to us. Like maybe he was lip syncing.
Yeah.
And, you know, they really wanted it to seem like it was live. Like, I think he was singing live.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It made me feel like ABC was lying to us or something. Like,
it's just weird. She just doesn't know how to use her words.
That was fucking weird.
Suni and Sasha went next. They did Charleston to Born to Hand Jive. Which Derek said it's really funny. It was like, okay, you're doing a Charleston to a hand jive.
You're playing cha-cha when you're like not cha-cha at all.
Well, and that's the thing is this was probably, I mean, I loved the choreographer. I love the choreography because I love Sasha's choreography, but this was probably one of my least favorite dances of the night because Suni gives me nothing. I am sorry. I did not think she did well at cha-cha. I don't think she understood the assignment. Nope. I don't think she could. I didn't think she embodied cha-cha at all. I think she's small when she dances. I feel like she gives me no emotion on her face. Like, I'm very disappointed in her.
I am too. Like, this was this, and even in rehearsals, it seemed like she was. Like, I was excited because in rehearsals, when they were doing their package,
it looked like she was kind of getting out of her box a little bit more. And I was like, maybe
this is it. Maybe this is her breakthrough dance. It was not her breakthrough dance.
No.
It was just the same dance. She hit the moves. It was sort of boring. The only thing that didn't make it boring is the fact that the choreography was just so good.
So good.
Oh my God. So many nods to the original, you know.
I just feel like it did such a disservice. Like, I want to see that dance done with, like, Sharna or with somebody or Jenna or somebody that's going to fucking bring it. Because that dance, the choreography was so good. Suni really did a disservice to
the choreo. She really did.
The choreo.
Especially in the beginning. Like, the beginning was almost jivey. It wasn't quite Charleston because it had, like, a lot of, like, strong hits and stuff. And I just felt like it was very, like... And then at the end, like... And I think Carrie Ann said this, like, when the balloons came down, when you couldn't see her at all.
Right.
But she was, like, rolling around the floor. And I'm like, okay, that's awesome. But, like, that was at the very end of the dance, you know? Mm-hmm. And then once she put the pie in his face, all of a sudden she broke out into this huge smile. And I'm like... Where was that? You know, listen, I know you're young. I know you've never held a boy's hand before or like whatever your excuses are. But at the end of the day.
Yeah, go on.
You have to grow. This is week 6.
Yeah.
Or, no, this is week 5, but dance 6.
Yeah.
Because they did the double Disney thing.
Yeah.
And to me, if you still have not come out of your shell, you're not going to come out of your shell.
Yeah.
And I hope I'm wrong because I do think Suni will be in the competition for a hot second.
Yeah, most of the gymnasts are. But my thing is like, it would be different if she was like, I know she says she's shy and like, but what I read on her face is that she's bored. And I don't know if it's just her face.
Yes, I agree.
Or what it is, but when she dances, she looks bored. And like, I don't like that. It would be different if I could be like, oh, she's just a shy little girl, but like, she looks bored.
Yeah.
She's a bored face. And I'm just like, are you bored?
Well, she has the personality of a 2x4. So,
yeah, she needs to break out of her shell for sure.
Yeah. And you know what? Listen, she went to an all-girls school. She, like, gave up her entire life to be an Olympic gymnast. So I'm not saying that. But she literally just has no personality. Like, I pity her, to be honest. Like, what kind of... Okay, you're an Olympic gymnast, but, like, you don't seem like you have really any friends. It doesn't seem like you really have that much of a life. It doesn't seem like you know how to tell jokes or, like, you have anybody to laugh with, or I don't know. Like, I sort of pity her, to be honest.
That's what's hard. It's almost like being a child star and you grow up in this, like, crazy world and you don't have normal childhood experiences and what's normal. But at the end of the day, what's normal is what most people do. And most people have lots of people that they can talk to, and they go to public school and they can, embarrass themselves and make mistakes and learn from them and do this and do that. But when you spend your whole entire life in a gym being pristine and proper and perfect and all this stuff, then that it leads, like, I don't know.
It strips that away from you.
Yeah, exactly. So,
I mean, she got straight 9, so obviously the judges loved it. And, like, don't get me wrong, I loved it. I loved the choreography. I think Suni danced well. She obviously has an amazing technique. She hit all the moves. Maybe not as strong as I would have liked her to, but like, she hit all the moves. She wasn't offbeat or anything. But she just doesn't give me anything. There's just nothing she gives me, so.
Yeah, that's true.
Jimmy and Emma went next and did a foxtrot to Sandy from when he sings it at the drive-thru.
Stranded at the drive-in,
Stranded at the drive-in.
I don't know what the fuck happened. I loved the dance, but then all of a sudden it was like they were slipping. And then
they said the floor was...
Yeah, Emma was like Emma slipped or something, and she was like, the floor is not good right now.
But remember last week, like, everybody was slipping. Like,
on Disney.
They have to fix whatever the issue is, because it's not fair to the performers and the pros and the celebrities to be slipping all over the place. And it's not fair to America that has to watch it and be rooting for their people, and then, they can't do the perfect dance because they're sliding all over the place.
Yeah, like, it felt like he was watching his step with every move, and it felt contained because he was frightened he was going to fall.
Exactly.
But the same with Emma, too. Like, there was something wrong with the floor. Yeah. Because, like, I've never seen Emma like that before. Like, she was so, like, I'm so sorry, Jimmy. Like, it was just a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot. I mean, congrats on the baby.
Oh my God, yes, he had his little baby.
Yeah, that was really sweet. That was amazing that he got to be there for it. And, because I know he was worried. He had expressed his concerns about, being on the dance floor and not being able to be there for his, wife who was 2 centimeters pregnant. But you know what? It was cute that he made that he was so excited. You know what I mean? I didn't feel like they had to elaborate on it.
Yeah, that was so weird. It's like everybody always makes like a slip of the tongue. Like, he didn't mean she was 2 centimeters pregnant. Like, but like, he was just replaying the dance in his head, and like, that's like what came out. Like, he's not dumb.
Yeah,
you know
exactly,
what I mean? Like, everybody says, like, I say, like, people say stuff like that all the time, and you're like, yeah, that's what I said. And you're like, no, you didn't.
No.
And it's like, oh, yeah, I mean, I guess I didn't, but in my head I did.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. You know what I meant.
Exactly.
And then they made it a huge thing, like, with this,
package.
like, music in the background. Like, you said she was 2 centimeters pregnant. You're a dumbass. Like, that's what it felt like they were trying to say.
Yeah.
And then he, like, apologized. Like, he was like, last week I said that she was 2 centimeters pregnant. I'm like, why are we going about like this is weird
because
right now.
Who never apologizes for their flubs?
Tyra. It was just like a weird package. Like, when all the package had to be was we just had our baby and this is our baby's name, and we're so
Zaro, I think they named the baby.
So cute.
Here's my thing is I really liked Jimmy's dance, but because all the other ones were so good, it wasn't my favorite. And honestly, that's not my favorite song in Grease either.
Right.
I like that song, but I always sort of forget about it a little bit. So, you know, that was tough, but it was a really good dance, don't get me wrong, but everybody else's dances were just so good. And honestly, like, upbeat, like, I'm trying to think, besides Jojo and Jen, who did the reprise of Look at Me, Sandra D, everybody else's songs were, like, upbeat and fun and jivey and, like, had a lot of energy. So, well, I guess, and Iman and Daniela had, oh my God, Hopelessly Devoted,
yeah.
But that was so long ago, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, it wasn't my favorite dance of the night, but I think they did a good job. I mean, I think Jimmy deserves to be in the competition, so I'm not worried about him leaving. He got 2 8s and 2 9s, so good scores. Okay, Kenya and Brandon. I have to take back what I said.
I'm glad she was here for next week.
I'm glad Kenya was here and Matt was not here, because I'm racking my brain and I'm trying to think of what Matt possibly could have done. And Kenya fucking nailed.
She did
that rumba.
So fucking good.
I mean,
like,
I
think it was
actually amazing.
What Carrie Ann and Abba said, but she was like, "That's a fucking comeback." And I was like, "Yes, girl." She did the rumba.
And she looked gorgeous. She looked so good in her little Rizzo outfit.
Yeah.
And I loved the choreography. And
Their connection.
I finally felt like Brandon and Kenya were connecting, and Brandon wasn't dancing for himself.
Yeah.
I felt like he was really dancing for Kenya and with Kenya.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, Brandon doesn't want to get eliminated from the competition either. And Brandon's also been in the bottom 2 twice.
Yeah.
So he needs to,
maybe he's learning,
give everything to Kenya that he can, because he does not want to be in the bottom.
And I'm just so happy that she did so well for her dance, because once again, I was freaking crying. She was like, I'm doing this dance for my grandma, and like,
oh my God,
you know, like her grandma, like, you know, raised her. I'm gonna cry right now. Like, she was just so, there was just like, you know, to see that side of her, and then for her to put that emotion into the dance, and then have the dance be so beautiful. I love when we get those packages and then we get the dance that matches.
But I will say, ABC dropped the ball on this one, because they did her beautiful package about how she wanted to dedicate the dance to her grandma, and then they went to a commercial break.
I hate when they do that.
The dance. And to me, that doesn't make any sense. Do the package and then do the dance, because a lot of times the emotion of the package is entwined with the emotion of the dance, and you can get one without the other, and we obviously did. We obviously did. We didn't need the package right before the dance to make Kenya's dance special. But at the end of the day, I feel like it would have just been that much more special if we were still in the moment. And
because like all of a sudden I was like, wait, what happened to the dance? Did something happen to the TV? Like, what's going on? And it was like, no, it's a commercial break. And then they came back and they're like, so we just watched Kenya's package and now we're going on to her dance. And I'm like, the timing just felt weird.
Yeah.
I don't like it. Whoever plans the commercial break. I don't know who's
responsible for that, but like they really, and they do that sometimes. Like they do a package and then they take a break and then they come back and do the dance, and I just don't like it. Like,
it's not connected.
It's not connected. Do the package and do the dance at the same time.
Right, I agree. But yeah, I'm really happy for Kenya. She wasn't even in the bottom 2 this time. And like, you know, now I'm excited. Like, at first, you know, I was like, Kenya, forget about her. But, like, that dance is in my memory, and I'm excited to see her next week, and I hope she fucking brings it.
Woo!
Next was Jojo and Jenna. I mean, they did a Foxtrot Look at Me reprise. Jenna always has amazing choreo. I loved how the gender roles throughout the dance switched.
Yes.
Like when
because
JoJo
it was
did
a
that
song about friendship. That was a perfect song to give them. It
was so fucking good.
Yeah, like exactly, because that was sort of what we were talking about with like her being the prince and Jenna being Cinderella during Disney Week.
Yeah.
Is listen, you know, there can be, you know, more you can be masculine, you can be feminine. If you're a girl, if you're a boy, it really doesn't matter.
Right.
But at the end of the day, their best dances are the ones that are about like a friendship connection or something that's not so much about like love or JoJo is the leader and Jenna is the follower.
Right.
It's it is that sort of friendship connection. So this was the perfect song for them to do. And, I mean, the choreography was fucking amazing. They connected really well. Once again, we saw that in their package, and then that package brought us through to the dance.
Right.
And it was amazing.
They're such a good team.
It honestly deserved it. Got straight 10s, and it honestly deserved it.
It deserved it. It was so good. The dance was so good. Like, Jojo has really reined it in because, you know, in the beginning, she was very hectic and very chaotic, and she was hitting the moves, but she was very, like, flingy because she was so excited, and like then she like brought it in, but then she, you know, was kind of sometimes like wobbly or something on her feet. But this dance, I mean, they fucking nailed it. It was so good.
It was beautiful.
It was so good.
And Didi Khan is so cute.
Oh my god, seriously, no shit.
Oh
like,
my god, she looks
the cutest.
Exactly the same
and her
as
little
she did
voice.
when she was Frenchie. Oh my god.
So cute. The costume change was unnecessary.
Yeah, Mel and Gleb went next with a quick step to You're the One That I Want. It was low energy in the beginning, man.
Yeah, I felt like
low energy.
I mean, even through the whole entire thing, like I even put in my notes, I was like, no energy.
And
like,
once again, I don't like Gleb's choreo.
Yeah, I feel like Melanie C is just is at a disservice with Gleb being her partner. Like we're not shy, like, to the fact you guys aren't shy to the knowledge of the fact that we're not the biggest fans of Gleb.
Yeah.
Like, there's just something
about him I just can't get behind. I don't like his choreo. I don't think, like, him as a person is particularly, like, interesting or good. Like, I don't think I would be friends with Gleb if we had the opportunity to connect in any sort of way. I don't think that I would like him as a person. I don't think his choreography is good. I think that Melanie C got a real fucking disservice with being with Gleb. And here's my thing, is Gleb has been with them for so long. Why? I know we're not the only ones who feel this way about Gleb.
I feel like Len feels the same way we feel.
Len fucking hates Gleb. And I don't think the other judges particularly like Gleb either, but I don't think that they let it on. But we know, like, Len has openly admitted that he does not like Gleb. And Gleb and Len always get into it, and they bicker, and they fight. And I'm just like, why have we not kicked Gleb off of the show? Like, why is he still a pro? But, I mean, I guess, again, why is Tyra still a host? I mean, America has made it very, very clear that they do not want Tyra to be the host, and yet here she is, season 2. It's just so weird to me because I've searched for positive reviews on Tyra and I can't find any. I know. I've gone out of my way too to be like, oh well, like maybe I just need to see it from a different angle. Like, yeah, I just need to see it from a different angle. But any site I visit, any Instagram page I see, any comment section or thread I read, everybody hates Tyra. It's just a general consensus.
Yeah, but I guess any publicity is good publicity.
That's what they say. So they got straight 9s. I mean, they ended up going home. They didn't get saved. I honestly feel like You're the One I Want would have been better as like a jive than a quick step.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It wouldn't matter because I fucking hate Gleb's choreography anyway. So it wouldn't matter if it was a fucking foxtrot to You're the One That I Want.
Yeah.
Because it would have not been good.
Yeah, it's so hard. I mean, Melanie C was my last person on my draft, so like I'm out of the competition, which
sorry.
it's whatever. Like it's not a big deal, but I was sad because I really thought Melanie C was going to go far, and to get eliminated in the middle of the competition is just, I just feel like I hate when somebody I like ends on not a great dance, and I feel like her last couple of dances have kind of been, not that they've been bad. They haven't been bad, but just not everything that they could be. And so if somebody's going to go home, I want them to go home on a dance that was just like everything that it could be, and I just feel like this dance wasn't that.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, if Kenya would have finally gone home, this would have been the perfect dance for her to go home on because, like, she fucking nailed it.
And she could have been so proud of herself, her journey and, how she did because her dance was so good.
Yeah.
And then the last was Cody and Cheryl. They did a quick step, We Go Together, which is obviously the song they were going to end on.
Yeah.
I will say he has improved. But he is so behind from the others, I think, because of COVID, and this has really has been a disservice to him, because I really wonder if he would be better if he didn't have those, like, 2.5-ish, like, weeks off, because he has improved, but he's improved in what I expect for them to improve from weeks, like, 2 to 3, not from 5 to 6.
Well, yeah, and for the most part, everybody else has done 5 to 6 ballroom dances, and I think this was only his 3rd ballroom dance.
Yeah.
So I just feel like I said before, I selfishly need Cody to stay because he's on my fantasy league, but the other part of me is like, I'd rather watch Iman than Cody. Like, I don't know if I just can't get past the unfairness of the COVID thing.
I just feel like when I watch Cody perform, it looks the same no matter what dance style he's doing.
I totally agree. And that's what I was saying earlier, is like, I keep seeing like a really good performance that's, you know, this like happy, bubbly, like I can tell that he is like a fitness instructor. He's somebody that gets the people going.
He's fun.
Like, he's fun. He's, you know, like flamboyant.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I get that from him. And he gives that every single time. But like, I'm sort of ready for a new Cody, and unfortunately we haven't been able to get that. And at this point, it's halfway through the competition, and I just feel like, are we ever going to be able to get there?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think next week will be the solidifying if we think he can get there or not, because this is only his 2nd week back.
Yeah.
From the vid. So hopefully next week he gets like some sort of, maybe like a sultry, maybe gets a Roomba.
I would love to see Cody do a Roomba.
Yeah. See if he can like get sensual and kind of, you know, get out of that like hyper, like, here I am guys, like let's get hyped up and let's go, and kind of like, you know, that kind of energy. I want to see him have a different energy. I want to see his range, and like, I just don't know if he has a range of energies or if he's just that person that's always positive and always happy and always go and always get it and always smiley and always up. You know?
Yeah, so at the end, it was down to the final 2, Mel C and Olivia.
I was actually really confused. This was the last 2. I was not expecting that.
I wasn't expecting to do that.
Not expecting Melanie C. I mean, I guess maybe she just doesn't have a big enough fan base, because like, it's not like her scores have ever really been low.
No. I mean, I guess maybe her fan base just wasn't as big but she's never been in the bottom 2, so that's also what's crazy to me is, you know, I really thought Kenya was going to go home this week, because she's been in the bottom 2 the last 2 weeks, so I just assumed she had the least amount of fan base.
Yeah.
But it just goes to show that you never really know.
That you never really know.
So, I don't know.
We'll see. Like, I really hope Olivia's not in the bottom 2 next week, because like, I want to continue to see her.
Oh, yeah. I think she's doing a really fucking great job. I want to keep her in.
Yeah.
I mean, if anybody has to go home next week, I mean, I want Suni to go home. I'm not interested in her at all.
Yeah.
I honestly don't care about Cody at all. This is what I want. Suni, Cody. I hate to say Iman, but like, technically he's not there. Iman. Oh, yeah, Kenya. I mean, I feel like she's redeemed herself, but at the end of the day, I don't want her going to the end. I don't think she can go to the end. I mean, who do I want to win? I mean, honestly, I fucking love The Miz. Melora's great. JoJo's obviously awesome. Jimmy's awesome. Olivia's awesome.
Amanda's awesome.
I said Amanda, did I not?
I don't know.
I said Amanda.
Shit, there's so many good people.
It's hard. Honestly, besides Suni, besides Kenya, besides Cody, and besides Iman, just because his technique isn't there, if any of these people won, I honestly would not be upset about it.
Yeah, it's really hard this season because they have the cream of the fucking crop, man. Like, they have, like, some really good people, and they're all so different, and I want to see them perform for different reasons, so it's really hard to narrow it down because, man, I really like a lot of these people.
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming next week is Halloween week, so that'll be really exciting.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because next week is Halloween, so...
Yeah. Next week is?
Well, Halloween's on a Sunday, but...
Right. So let's see. So next Monday...
They'll do Halloween week.
Right, because the next Monday after that is the day after Halloween. So next week has to be Halloween week.
Exactly. And then I'm assuming the week after that they'll do I'm dedicating this dance to.
Their dedication dances,
They'll do their dedication dances. And then the week after that is the semifinals. And then the week after that is the finals.
What?
Yeah, it ends like November 17th or something like that.
I guess there's 4 people in the finals. And then somebody gets...
I hate that.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4,
There's 10
5,
couples
6.
left.
There's 10 couples left. They'll probably have another double elimination.
They'll definitely have
another
another
point.
double elimination.
Oh my god, this is so sad. It goes by so fucking fast.
It really does. It goes by too fast. But all we can do is hope and wait for, I guess, next year. They used to do it twice a year. They actually used to do Dancing with the Stars 2 seasons a year. I don't really know what's going on with that. I don't know if they're putting more of their... they have to compete with so much. They have to compete with American Idol, The Masked Singer. They have a brand new stupid fucking singing show come out. I can't say it's stupid because I've never watched it. Maybe it's not stupid. I'm not interested in watching it, so whatever. I don't care.
Yeah.
But, there's just so much to compete with now. Bachelor's really on one. Yeah. Really pumping out content. So, I don't know, but we'll see. I'm sad that it's almost over, but happy that it's here. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. But, Greece was by far...
So good.
So good.
One of the best nights
on Dancing with the Stars history ever. I hope you guys all felt the same. If you like what you see, make sure you subscribe, like our videos, and make sure you share them. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Eggs and bacon.